Good evening. This is Sky News at 6. The government has ordered an independent review into building regulations after 82 tower blocks across the UK failed new rigorous fire safety checks. 9 of the affected buildings are in Salford, where work is continuing to replace faulty cladding and insulation. The tests were ordered in the wake of the Grenfell fire disaster, in which at least 80 people died. Labour says the testing regime needs to be speeded up.
The government now needs to speed up the testing, expand the programme, publish all the results of the tests, especially those that fail. It needs to make a clear commitment that it will help fund necessary works so that residents can be reassured, and it must start a review of the system of building control and checks, which is now clearly in collapse.
Let's bring in Rebecca Williams, who is joining us with the very latest. These latest tests.
Yeah, there have been a lot of them, haven't there, over the last few weeks, but these ones are more robust. They're not just looking at the cladding, but also the insulation of buildings. And as you say, we now know that 82 buildings have failed these tests. Of those, 47 are owned by local authorities, so presumably the rest owned by housing associations, private landlords. What is new is we now know there will be an independent review looking into the way that building regulations are issued and the way that fire safety measures are carried out. We do not know exactly which buildings have failed these tests, which is significant because, of course, the people living in them won't know. But we do know that 9 blocks in Salford, you can see the pictures at the moment on the screen, they've failed them. The cladding is being removed at the moment, 1960s style blocks. They had the cladding put on recently. And the insulation is currently being covered by concrete boards, if you like. But those ones have failed. Something's being done about that by the local council now. But significantly, these latest tests are a lot more robust than the ones we've seen previously. And 82 blocks up and down the country have failed them. And
a new government review has been announced. Tell us a bit more about that and how it's going to work.
Yeah, so we understand this afternoon, I mean, it only came out about an hour ago, that they are going to carry out this review. They've put a chairperson in charge of that review, and that will be carried out over the next few months or so, and they will look at the way building regulations are carried out, administered, and also they're looking at the way fire safety is managed with buildings. Of course, after the Grenfell Tower disaster, at least we know 80 people died in that tragic incident. And so people up and down the country living in these big tower blocks want to know they're safe.
OK, for now, thank you.